What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a good start to their week. So for this horror trailer review and reaction, we are taking a look at a film that we've reported on previously. We covered this film when it first, broke news, started to make news back on December 12th during our daily episode number 46. And then we covered it again back on our horror news update for January 26th, and here we are back at it for The Ugly Stepsister, which, as you can see from the headline, is Cinderella-inspired body horror film unveils a trailer. And I believe when we talked about this last back on January 26th, it does briefly mention it here in the subheadline. A trailer has been released for the Cinderella-inspired body horror film The Ugly Stepsister, which recently screened at Sundance. And I believe when it was at Sundance around mid-late January is when we did our last update on this, which was involving someone apparently getting sick in the theater. I gave my speculation on that, whether or not that was true, if it was just for not clout, but just to get a buzz, get people talking about this film, how graphic or how gory it could be, because I feel that's exactly what happened with Terrifier 3. When Terrifier 3 first was being screened and having its first showings in the UK, it was mentioned that people were getting sick and walking out of the theater. And then I saw Terrifier 3, didn't have that experience at all. No one in the theater that I was in had that experience. And then not even a couple months later, we got stories about this one. But apparently there was one of the reviewers for one of the known websites that covers horror content was there at the screening and did confirm and provide a picture, not of what had transpired, but of the area after it had been kind of coned off and cleaned a bit, but did confirm someone in fact did get sick during the screening. So that one I tended to believe a little bit more because we had a little bit more credible source telling us the information. But here we are back at it with an update for this film. I'm looking forward to this one. So we're going to take a brief look at this article plus another one, because I think there might be some additional information in the second article. Then we're going to jump right into the trailer. So a lot of children's stories and fairy tales are getting the horror treatment these days, which we have seen, we haven't gotten the Pinocchio on the Unstrung yet. We're still waiting on, I think, a couple more Popeye films. We know we got Bambi coming up. There's even a Little Mermaid film. We covered that one. We did do a trailer review on that one. It's not part of the Pooniverse, and it's not part of this new dark verse that's being created where we have Mickey Mouse versus Winnie. We did do a trailer review on that one as well. So I'm not sure exactly what if this one here does fall with any of those. I know it's not the new one, but I'm not sure if this one necessarily falls within the Pooniverse. So yes, we have been seeing a lot of fairy tale films or fairy tale stories, characters getting this horror treatment. But fairy tale inspired horror comedy that we're hearing some very positive buzz about. Its director Amelie, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Blichfeld's feature debut, The Ugly Stepsister. In fact, after seeing the film at Sundance Film Festival, Joe Blow's own Chris Bumbray gave it a 8 out of 10 review, and you can read at this link. So we'll put the link for this article in the description of our video. So if you want to check out this one, plus you'll have the link to go check out Chris's review, you can do so. We don't know when the film is going to receive a wider release, but today a trailer has made its way online and can be seen in the embed above. So that's the point I want to talk about a bit. It's the date that they're saying they're not sure when it's going to get a wide release, because the second article I found that was released at the same time roughly as this one does provide a date. So we're going to take a look at that. We go down here, we're going to cover a little bit on this because most of this we have covered previously. It's just kind of a repeat of the same information. The Ugly Stepsister is said to be gory, daring, and unexpected take on the world famous tale seen through the eyes of Cinderella's stepsister Elvira. The story follows Elvira as she battles to compete with her insanely beautiful stepsister in a kingdom where beauty is a brutal business. She will go to any lengths to catch the prince's eye. Blichfeld told Variety that she, quote, immediately identified with Elvira after rediscovering the Brothers Grimm version of Cinderella, in which the stepsister cuts off her toes to make the shoe fit. With this beauty horror, I want to seduce the audience into a girl dreaming of marrying the prince fairy tale before revealing its true and raw insides. It's time the Ugly Stepsister story is lifted from the shadows of Cinderella and cultivated as the iconic feminist narrative of the tyranny of beauty that it is. Newcomer Lee Myron makes her feature acting debut as Elvira, sharing the screen with Thea Sophie Lochnias and Anne Daltorp. A statement provided by Memento International, which presented the project to potential distributors at the upcoming Cannons film market last year, said Blitchfield's unique take on the classic we all know is equally funny, bold, shocking, and destined to be cult for a generation. It is highly contemporary in its exploration of what one is willing to do to meet society's imposed beauty standards on women. Amelia is finally giving a voice to the underdog in a very entertaining way, allowing audiences worldwide to connect with her. And it mentions here the Ugly Stepsister secured a distribution deal with Shudder streaming service. So whether or not he gets a film, not a film, but a theatrical release, that remains to be seen. So before we jump, that's all this article has to talk about. And before we jump to the trailer, I want to just go over to the second article that released, again, around the same time as this one. And you can see here, Cinderella gets a stomach-churning twist in the Ugly Stepsister new trailer. And we've talked about this. Now, it's in the sub-headline right here. Body horror hits theaters on April 18th via IFC Films and Shudder. So while one article says, not sure what's going on, when it's going to get released, this article, which is, we go back and look at the timestamps, this one says March 17th, 12:48 p.m., which would have been, I think, East Coast time, because this one is March 17th, 10:31, and this one was roughly about 25 minutes ago. So, yeah, or this was Mountain Standard Time, because it'd be 2-hour difference. So they came out roughly around the same time, within minutes of each other. So I'm not sure which one's right, which one's wrong, but this one here pretty much covers off on the same thing. It just mentions here, the Ugly Stepsister gets a brand new trailer today from IFC Films and Shudder. We already went through all this. We went through the synopsis as well. And right here, it mentions watch the new trailer for the Ugly Stepsister below via Rotten Tomatoes and check out the film in theaters on April 18th. And for more, then you can just continue to follow them. But that's the discrepancy. So again, this article here just mentions we don't know when it's coming out. No coming soon. No, we'll let you know when more happens. But then this other article mentions April 18th for theaters and Shudder. So if this is accurate, that we're going to get this on April 18th, then we're going to get this film in about a month. If the other article is accurate, then it's just a coming soon, and hopefully we do get it this year. All right, so let's jump over to the trailer and see what this one's going to give to us.
I'm going crazy. I've lost my mind. Best friend insanity. I've lost my mind. I'm going crazy. I've lost my mind.
So I'm all in for that. That looks pretty crazy. I think this is going to be one of the goriest films we're going to see for 2025 easily. I mean, just based on what that trailer shows and how it sets up some of the scenes that we're going to see that are going to be gory. Just like that last scene where she realizes the shoes aren't fitting and she's right there willing to just cut off all of her toes. Now we have an explanation for in the first images we got, where she's wearing the metal piece with the straps over her nose. That was one of the very first images that got released for this film last year, and we've seen constantly being used. Now we know why she's wearing it, and that was just the tip of the iceberg, where we're seeing he takes almost like, I'm not an ice pick, but something. It almost looks like a tool that you would use if you were like a woodworker. And it would have, at the end would be sharp, and you would be, chiseling away at, areas of wood. And he just takes that chisel, puts it right on the bridge of her nose, and then just, hammers down and looks away with a smile. And again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we see another aspect where she has like this tablet or something where there's something in it moving, what looks like to be a worm, possibly a tapeworm or something, where she eats it, because then later on the trailer we see like a close-up of her stomach, something is moving. And then again, later on, we see what I would imagine is her dress, or her in it. And then we see all these little maggots or worms crawling down it. There's obviously an aspect of where she or somebody else starts to go crazy, because then she's crawling through the hallway, acting like she's going insane. Definitely, it looks like we're going to see some kills in this. One aspect, someone's trying to mop up or clean up a big splatter of blood. We see a couple times they are attacking each other, and the jealousy between them is very apparent in this trailer. I thought this trailer was done very well as far as the music choice and the cut scenes, how they just kept cutting every 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds to something different. It's one of those trailers for me where I'm hooked. I want to see what happens. I want to see how this is going to play out. I think, in some of the earlier reviews, like the one that supposedly has already been posted out there on on one of the articles that we read, that already has an 8 out of 10. I think that's one of the highest rated reviews I've seen for one of these kind of like public domain, like fairy tale spin-offs that have been turned into horror. I think this one could very well be probably the best, if not within the top one, or actually, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to come out and say it. I think that this will be the best one that we've seen thus far, compared to all the other ones to deal with public domain thus far, just based on the trailer. None of the other trailers, especially all the ones we reviewed, have even come close to looking like this, where it feels like it doesn't feel like something that's just being filmed like over the weekend or just rushed within a few weeks. This one feels like it has some care real put into it. And I'm not saying the other ones don't have care put into them. This one just has a different feel and a different vibe to it. So drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the Ugly Stepsister's new trailer, supposedly coming out on April 18th. Once we know more, if we find out more, we'll come back and bring it to you all through a horror news update during one of the daily uploads. Otherwise, we're going to roll with that date, April 18th. Again, drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think, and let us know what you think about this compared to all the other public domain films we've been seeing. Do you also feel this one kind of stands out above the rest? If you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we will see you at the next one. Peace.